Nobody is a fictional person from the 15th century and is the central figure in this exhibition. The artist encountered nobody for the first time depicted on a painted tabletop, realized by Hans Holbein in the 15th century. Nobody was the so-called patron saint of domestic staff. At that time, the domestic staff consisted often out of outcasts who were mainly looking for food and a bed. Nobody is usually depicted between all kinds of broken household goods and a padlock on the mouth that holds the lips together, accompanied with the text, "Nobody is my name, and I bear everybody's blame." He cannot speak, and therefore cannot defend himself when he is blamed for things that go wrong in the household. When the patron asks who has burned the stock, dropped the tableware, or replaced the wine with water, the answer is always nobody. The sculpture that spans the largest space totally is called For Nobody. The net should prevent something from going wrong that nobody would be blamed for, but it is also a safety net that refers to the neglect of monuments or valuable architecture. The only item one can see under the net is the work with the title Identified Patient. This term derives from psychology and describes the person in a dysfunctional family who is unconsciously selected to be blamed and to shift the attention of the real inner conflicts within a family. The identified patient is, like nobody, a victim who cannot defend himself and is under the span of the family nexus. Sophie Nys's works mainly start from existing images, like the three paintings that form one whole and were given the name boerderij. They represent a typical front of a European farm building. This potential tension is reinforced by the work in the same space called If Nature Didn't Warn Us Will. The title derives from an advertisement of the 1960s by the lingerie company Warner's, who considered free and low-hanging female breasts as an error of nature. The three works' role of patient suffering, consisting of large, colorful yoga rolls, tend to act as oversized utensils on display in the space. Their title refers to the defenseless person who must patiently undergo its destiny, but also to our awareness of the importance of our state of mind. Meditation, yoga, and self-awareness are tools to channel our fears and other personal troubles. The holes in the walls are based on empty niches of church buildings in Switzerland. Instead of adding something physical to the exhibition, material is taken away, and the artwork as a tradable object is in a way demystified. Mr. Milquetoast, the figure in the comic series The Timid Soul, is also part of the show. He is depicted on a manipulated cover of Time magazine that hangs above a coconut mat. Milquetoast, as the name speaks for itself, is a weak, fearful figure with an exceptionally low self-esteem. Somebody who might feel like a nobody. The mat, that functions as the pedestal of the print, also emphasizes the micro-ritual of sweeping feet that takes place before entering a room. The blank as an image reappears within the work Table of Content. This metal plate bears the traces of being at the fence of the so-called Needle Park in Zurich. In the late 80s, hundreds of drug addicts gathered and lost their lives in this public space located at the Landesmuseum in Zurich. Authorities finally installed a fence around the public park and announced its closure on this plate. 25 years later, the plate got out of use, but shows a painful and forgotten chapter in the history of the park. The other sculptures, 5 in total, represent potential members of a family and are named mannequin. Different from the fashion-related mannequin, a mannequin represents a human body that is most commonly used as an instrument in a clinical setting. These sculptures are set up in an irritating way while looking at their colleagues. The other exhibited works from the artist's œuvre. Because of their presence in 4 of the 5 rooms, they create a dominant tension that is reinforced by the fact that they do not function as seating, but as sculptures. If the visitor were to sit on the sculptures, they would be depersonalized, losing their individuality and being reduced to supporting the human body. They are made from solid wood and are literally and figuratively untreated.